Alright, what's up, guys? Today I'll be talking how to prepare footage on 3D tracking. So I made this tutorial myself. It took me a couple of hours, I'd say. Well, probably half the day. But yeah, uh, how to 3D track. Obviously, make a file on and obviously get your own live footage of anything. Make sure that your footage is like not a picture. So when it's not a picture and it's like a proper footage of like a field, like a mini recording, just drag your file into a new composition and drag it into a new com on step two. Then you wanna over here. This is my step two. This is another step two. This is the settings, the composition settings, and you wanna change the name just in case you don't want to lose your file that you're making, and change your width to 1920 px and your height to 1080. Then if I should say, hold on, yeah. So your your uh, your uh, aspects should be squared pixels. It should be squared pixels, and your time should be your your time code should be 0 seconds, and your duration should be 9 seconds and 21. So you're good for that. All right. For your so head over to render free and change your render to classic. No, change your thing to advanced 3D. And that's how everything will work. That's how everything will move, and everything will be more 3D. Classic 3D would just be like plain. So yeah, and then if you wanna, so on step three, find and import 3D models. So I looked at how to find any objects on how to put stuff in for your footage on like animating on 3D models. So these are the 3D models you can use. These are on different websites, and there's stuff like Poly Pizza, there's Sketchfab, there's Adobe Stock as well. Adobe Stock has quality, like more quality, and looks more realistic. Sketchfab as well. Poly Pizza is good, but it's not as quality. It's not as like high quality as the two I just said before. So yeah, I would probably pick like Sketchfab, but you choose what you want, and you know use your mind on whatever you want to make in your footage. So any object, and yeah. So step four, integrating 3D models into live footage. So what you want to do is drag your 3D model onto your timeline, select a com size to ensure it fits its frame, and immediately, we have our 3D model with this texture and this color. So yeah, drag your new, like after you do your settings, drag it down, and then now you have two files. What you want to do now is go over to your model settings and change the name. And so with the color intact that we now use the orbit tool to rotate, and so your object, just use the rotation tool, the orbit tool. So let's say you want to do like a spaceship, you just move it around, or a car, you want to turn a car. So yeah, so literally just use the orbit tool to move what you want your object to do. Then, and with the settings too, with the last settings I showed you from step 3, it will be much smoother by by moving it, and it'll work way better. So that's step 4. This is the demonstration on the rotation tool. So obviously, yeah, just move your mouse to the left, move to the left, move it to the right, up and down. You could do anything you want. So have a look at that, and that's how the tool works. Now with this will come up with your footage. Like I said again, it has to have depth, it must have a background, it must have movement, low contrast as well. So yeah, just I would suggest doing it at a park. This is like online footage, but yeah, if I had to make my own footage, obviously I'd do it in a park, and yeah, it's much more easier. So yeah, you can have a read at that. All right, so now what you want to do is, this is the next step. So what you want to do is, by using the 3D camera tracker, and yeah, this is the one of the most important bits. So what we're gonna do next is 3D camera track our footage, so we can track our model into the scene. But to do that, you wanna just disable the 3D layer for now. So the icon, just disable that, and then uh yeah, and then search for the camera tracker, then drag that into your render, near your render, for a new page. Then uh, go to your panel. Then you should go to advanced, check like the average error. If it's 0.48 pixels, that's a good sign. If it's lower, the lower the value, it'll be much more cleaner. So yeah. Now this is the final bit of using the 3D camera track for accurate tracking. So you can just adjust the solve method and detailed answer if you want to feel like you do need to lower the average error value. But like I said, the default settings should be fine, so everything should be alright with the settings. So yeah, just go to shot type and go to fix of angle view. Then your tracker, when it's done, you should see you see a bunch of points I showed you in the other slide, and you can obviously like move it about. You could click on it, so you can move like your objects, whatever it is like you're gonna do, just move it around or track it, and then yeah, that's really it. So this is the first time I'm doing this, but it is what it is. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed, and yeah, that's really it. So I'll see you guys later.